Have you ever just stopped and wondered how some of these new AIs seem to, well, think? How they can reason and actually remember things they've learned? It seriously feels like magic sometimes, but it's not. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the incredible tech that's basically giving AI a memory. And it all boils down to one big question.
Right? This is the core of it all. For an AI to be truly useful, to go way beyond just spitting out facts, it needs a memory. But what does an AI's memory even look like? To get to the solution, you've got to understand the problem they're trying to solve first. So the real challenge here pops up with something called Agentic AI. And you should really think beyond the simple chatbots you've played with. We're talking about systems that are built to take action. Imagine an AI that can dig through your company's sales data, whip up a detailed report, and then email it to the right people. To pull that off, it absolutely needs a reliable memory. And that is the absolute game changer right there. We're shifting from an AI that just spits out the next word in a sentence to AI agents that can read an entire library of your documents, remember every single detail, and then use that knowledge to solve really complex problems. They have to work with outside facts, not just what they were initially trained on. Okay, so to crack this memory problem, we first have to solve a language problem. How on earth can a computer, which, only gets numbers, possibly understand the subtle meaning of our language, or pictures, or code? Well, the answer is genuinely fascinating. The secret sauce is a concept called embeddings. Honestly, the best way to think about embeddings is like a universal translator for ideas. They can take literally any concept, a word, a whole paragraph, a picture, and turn it into a long list of numbers. That list of numbers is called a vector, and that vector is the AI's version of that concept's meaning. And here is the really brilliant part of this whole thing. Concepts that have similar meanings end up as vectors that are mathematically close to each other in a giant, multi-dimensional space. So the vector for dog is going to be super close to the vector for cat, but both of them will be way, way far away from the vector for, say, car. It's this closeness, this mathematical proximity, that's how the AI actually understands relationships and context. It's pretty wild. And this isn't just some abstract theory. There are tons of powerful embedding models out there right now, built by giants like OpenAI and the folks at Hugging Face. And each one is tuned for different jobs, whether you need lightning speed, incredible accuracy, or even the ability to understand pictures and text at the exact same time. Okay, so now our AI can translate meaning into numbers. Awesome. But where does it stash all of these numerical memories so it can find them again later, right? You wouldn't just dump millions of books into a giant pile in a library. You need a really good catalog system. Well, AI needs one too. And this is where the vector database enters the picture. It's a special kind of database, built from the ground up to store and search through millions or even billions of these embedding vectors. The key thing to get is that it doesn't look for keywords, it searches for meaning. It's basically the AI's long-term semantic memory. And just like with the embedding models, there's a whole ecosystem of these databases out there. You've got massive cloud-based ones like Pinecone, and then you've got others like ChromaDB or FAISS that are so lightweight you can run them on your own laptop. Each one is a different tool for the job of building that perfect AI memory bank.
So we've got the language, and we've got the library. Now for the real aha moment. How does an AI actually put these pieces together to remember stuff and answer a question? The process itself is just brilliant.
The process is called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or just RAG for short. Here's how it works. First, you take your big knowledge base, all your documents, and break it into small, manageable chunks. Each little chunk gets turned into an embedding and stored in the vector database. Then, when you ask a question, your question also gets turned into an embedding. The database zips through and finds the document chunks that are the closest match in meaning. Finally, it feeds those super relevant chunks to the AI as context. That's what ensures the final answer isn't just made up, it's grounded in specific, factual data. You can almost imagine it as the agent's internal monologue. It thinks to itself, I need some outside info for this. Then it takes an action. It runs a vector search for, say, AI regulations in the UK. It gets an observation back. It found 3 relevant documents. And only then does it have a final thought. Okay, now I have what I need to give a really accurate answer. But, of course, building a perfect memory is never that easy. There are definitely common pitfalls you can run into. But the good news is, a lot of really smart best practices have popped up to solve them, and they make these systems so much more reliable. So let's look at the big challenges. What happens if the AI pulls up the wrong info? Well, it usually comes down to your strategy. You might need to be smarter about how you chunk your documents, or maybe use a better embedding model that gets more nuance. Then there's the one everyone worries about, hallucinations, where the AI just makes stuff up. The fix here is something called grounding. You basically force the AI to only use the facts it retrieved, no improvising. And finally, what if your knowledge gets stale? A static database is a useless one. The pro move is to build what's called an incremental ingestion pipeline, a system that's always feeding new, fresh information into the memory bank to keep the AI up to date. When you step back and look at all these pieces working together, you start to realize this is so much more than just a clever technical trick. This is fundamentally rewriting the rulebook for what AI can actually do.
There's a quote that just nails it perfectly. Embeddings are how AI understands meaning. Vector databases are how AI remembers the world. I mean, that's it. That's the whole symbiotic relationship in a nutshell.
And here is why all of this really truly matters. This entire system takes AI from being a cool text generator and turns it into a genuine reasoning engine, an engine you can actually trust with high-stakes, enterprise-level decisions, because you know its answers are grounded in verifiable facts that live inside its own memory. So that leaves us with one last massive question to chew on. We've just walked through the blueprint for giving AI a near-perfect, searchable memory of the world. What does that unlock? With a memory this powerful, what can AI possibly achieve next?